All right, today we're diving deep into Gnosticism, one of early Christianity's most radical, most mysterious movements. You see, the Gnostics didn't just offer a different spin on faith, they proposed a completely different reality, a secret history of the universe hidden in plain sight. Okay, let's get into it.
You know that feeling, right? That sense of alienation, of not quite belonging here. Well, for the ancient Gnostics, this wasn't just a bad mood or some psychological quirk. They took that feeling, that sense of being a stranger in a strange land, as a profound clue, the first thread to pull to unravel a massive cosmic mystery about who we are and what this reality is all about.
So, to really get what the Gnostics were on about, we have to start with the problem they were trying to solve. And that problem is this deep, nagging sense that we're exiles, living in a world of shadows that just isn't our true home. Now, for a Gnostic, this wasn't just some beautiful poetry. No, this was a literal diagnosis. They believed that humanity is in a state of cosmic homelessness, that we are literally imprisoned in a material realm that is not where we belong. Our spirits, they taught, came from somewhere else entirely. What the Gnostic texts tell us is that the human soul has a divine essence, a little piece of the ultimate true God. But, through a cosmic drama that we are definitely getting to in a minute, it fell into this material world, got trapped in a body, and, this is the crucial part, it developed a kind of spiritual amnesia. It completely forgot where it came from.
Wow. I mean, this quote just really hits you with the depth of that spiritual amnesia, right? The idea is that the soul, lost in this material world, starts to mistake physical things and comforts for real spiritual wealth, totally clueless about its true divine nature. And this blindness, this ignorance, is the core of the problem. It's why we feel so lost.
Okay, so if we're exiles in a messed up world, how on earth did we get here? This is where the Gnostics pull back the curtain and reveal their secret history of the universe, a story that isn't about a perfect creation, but about a dramatic and, frankly, tragic divine mistake.
So before our universe ever existed, there was the pleroma, which literally means the fullness. Just imagine a realm of pure spirit, absolute harmony, light, and perfection. It's the home of the ultimate unknowable God and these divine beings called aeons. This, according to the Gnostics, is where our souls originally came from. It's our true home.
And this is where the cosmic drama really kicks off. It all starts with an eon named Sophia, whose name means wisdom. Now, she's driven by this passionate, and you could say noble, but ultimately flawed, desire to understand the ultimate God, the source of everything. But she acts alone, and this move creates this huge imbalance in the harmony of the pleroma. And from her passion, a lesser, flawed being is born.
And the being that was born from Sophia's error, well, this was his big declaration. It just perfectly captures his profound ignorance. He's totally unaware of the pleroma, of the true God above him. He looks around, sees nothing higher than himself, and makes this fatal miscalculation. This being has a name, the Demiurge, and he's kind of the antagonist of the Gnostic story. Now, he isn't necessarily pure evil in the way we might think of it. He's more ignorant, arrogant, and limited. Using the power he inherited from his mother, Sophia, he creates our material universe, not as a perfect masterpiece, but as a flawed, chaotic copy of a spiritual realm he can't even see.
So, this is the really crucial part. The Gnostics saw reality as split right down the middle. You've got the pleroma, the fullness, the true realm of spirit, and then you have the kenoma, the emptiness, which is our material universe, the flawed prison created by the Demiurge. This cosmic divide is the real reason we have that feeling that something is just deeply wrong.
But, and this is a huge but, despite this pretty bleak picture of a cosmic prison, the Gnostics believe that humanity holds something incredibly valuable inside, something that doesn't belong to the Demiurge or his broken world at all.
This quote gets right to the heart of the Gnostic view of humanity. They taught that we're basically composite creatures. The physical body, our ego, our thoughts, all of that was the handiwork of the Demiurge and his cosmic rulers. But trapped inside this material shell is something else entirely, a fragment of the divine from way beyond this cosmos.
They called this the pneuma, or the divine spark, and it's not a metaphor. They meant a literal piece of the divine light of the pleroma got trapped in humanity when the world was made. This spark is our true self. It's the source of that feeling of alienation, that homesickness for a world we can't quite remember. It's our direct line to the real God, just sleeping, waiting to be woken up.
Okay, so If the problem is a flawed world born from ignorance, and we're trapped here because we've forgotten who we really are, what's the solution? What's the way out? Well, for the Gnostics, the answer was as simple as it was profound. If ignorance is the prison, then knowledge must be the key that sets us free. And this brings us to the central concept, Gnosis. Now let's be super clear. This is not about reading a bunch of books or memorizing facts. Gnosis is a direct, personal, and transformative experience of the divine. It's that aha moment when the divine spark inside you wakes up and remembers itself. It's a change not just in what you know, but in who you fundamentally are.
This slide really lays out the core Gnostic revolution. You see, while mainstream Christianity was focusing on pistis, which is faith, believing in doctrines and external authority, the Gnostics championed gnosis, or knowing. For them, salvation didn't come from what someone told you to believe, it came from what you experienced for yourself, from the inside out.
And this famous saying just nails it, right? The divine isn't in some far-off heaven or a future paradise. For the Gnostics, the kingdom is right here, right now. It's a state of consciousness woven into your own being, just waiting for you to discover it through self-knowledge.
This is probably one of the most radical ideas in all of Gnosticism. Salvation isn't something given to you, it's an act of self-realization. The source of your salvation is already inside you. It's that divine spark. The goal isn't to earn favor from some external God, but to manifest your own inner divinity. It's all on you.
And this also means they saw the figure of Christ in a totally different way. For a lot of Gnostics, Jesus isn't a figure who dies for our sins. That whole idea, to them, felt like it belonged to the flawed transactional justice of the demiurge. Instead, Christ is a divine messenger from the pleroma. His mission? To bring Gnosis, to be a cosmic alarm clock for our sleeping souls. His job is illumination, not atonement.
So what's the end game here? What's the ultimate goal of this whole journey? The Gnostics described it as something truly profound, waking up from a long, troubled dream, the dream of material existence itself.
And here it is, the whole path laid out. It starts with that feeling of alienation. That leads you to learn the secret history of creation. And that, in turn, reveals the divine spark inside you. Through Gnosis, that spark is awakened, and then upon death, the soul is finally free to go home, to return to the pleroma. This is it. This is the final homecoming. For the Gnostics, the end of the journey is to finally escape the demiurge's broken system, to have your individual spark of light return and merge back into the great boundless light of the pleroma. It's a journey from ignorance and exile all the way to knowledge and reunification.
And that leaves us with this question. This is the radical challenge the Gnostic Gospels throw down, even to us today. They ask us to consider a path where the ultimate truth isn't found in a book or a building, but in the depths of our own consciousness. And that maybe, just maybe, the ultimate act of faith is having the courage to truly know ourselves.